reason for selling is that in the last 8 months my health has deteriorated very, very badly. I've suffered a broken neck. Other than that, we wouldn't be selling because the rooming houses bring in a lot of money and they pay for themselves and they take very little management and effort if you want them to, or you can put in as much as you like. So other than health, there'd be no other reason. The growth potential on the properties is huge. We are licensed for 12 people per property. We decided to not put in as many rooms. We decided to put less rooms but bigger rooms and charge more money for them. We found that that was a good niche market for us. The growth potential is huge for rooming houses. In the last 7 to 8 years, the legislation has changed where that you can't do this anymore. You have to purpose build, or if you convert, you have to be able to put in a brand new room which will be a disability access. So these type of dwellings haven't been made for about 7 or 8 years. The legislation is trying to be changed back, but they're not going to do it. This gets rid of all the people that don't want to do the right thing and keeps the people that do want to do the right thing in business. With that, this is an absolute goldmine because rooming houses, you don't sell them. You just keep acquiring more and more and more. The growth potential is unlimited. We can't keep up with demand. We have a very good knowledge and very good relationships with our council, and they would like us to build more and more of these and manage them the way that we do. Because of our ill health, we're not able to do that, but for the person buying the business and the 2 homes or the 2 properties, it would be endless. Well, what I've enjoyed is meeting new people, being able to create homes for people rather than just a place to hang their hats. We've been able to do that with a lot of success. We've created a little niche market for ourselves. They're wanting more luxury accommodation that we can provide. It's given us total control over everything rather than less control of owning. If we owned our own property and we rented it out to someone, that gives us less control. With this sort of accommodation, we have total control over that, and we have fantastic legislation that supports us. It brings in enormous amounts of money for the investment that you put in. It's allowed us to pay for things that we otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. And it gives us a great deal of pride at knowing that we are one of the best in the business, and we're sad to see it go. Well, when we initially purchased the property, we looked at it and thought it's going to cost a lot of money to make it compliant. We looked at the cost of the property, and then I think it was about $300,000 or so to make it compliant. We thought it would work out very, very well, which it has. So we spent that extra money on it and probably spent even $50,000 more on it. The fact is that whoever buys the properties, there will be nothing to do on it. All the gardens will be done lushly, even if they're not done now. There'll be nothing absolutely to spend on it. They'll be fully tenanted or close to fully tenanted. You'll have an instant income coming in. We've done most of the work. Our average stay of our people that live here is about 2 years plus. The longest we've had is about 4.5 to 5 years, which has only just moved out because they've moved in with their brand new partner. The people that we find here is really, it's up to you. You can make it into whatever niche market you want, from students to Asian students coming from overseas or from different countries, you can specialise it for them. There is niche markets for single mothers. There is niche markets for people with pets. We do it mainly for people over 18 that don't have pets. We do have a few students, but mainly the people here that are working, want a nice home, don't want any problems. They just want to live in a nice, comfortable spot. They may be going through a divorce. They may be not wanting to commit themselves to a whole house, which is very expensive, plus bills. Here we take care of all that, and we find that people love it. We have a one-on-one relationship with them. Whether you do or you don't, it is entirely up to you. You can spend as much time here as you like, or as little time here as you like. So, entirely up to you. When we decided to purchase the two properties, we wanted something that we could do, right? So it was a job for us, and we wanted to be hands-on. So I took on all the maintenance for the property. I came here on a daily basis, talked to people, made sure things were right, did little things, So I put in whatever hours I wanted to put in. I could have put in a couple of hours, I could have put in all day. It was up to me. Rent, they can pay it into an account. You don't even have to see it, just check the account. Or in my case, some people pay cash. So I come here, collect rent, takes me about half an hour, talk to everyone, make sure everything's okay, give them a receipt. We also provide things like cleaning products for them. That way there's no arguments or things like that. Doesn't cost a lot, but it's fantastic for the people here. It saves them a bit of money and gives us a good rapport with them. If you don't want to do any of this, we can appoint an agent. Agents' fees vary. Agents will take care of it. They'll get the people in, they'll get the rent for you, they'll make sure the place is inspected on a monthly basis. They'll, if there's any disputes or any complaints, they can take care of them. I mean, we've enjoyed doing that, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. So you can spend 0 hours here, or you can spend 1 hour, or you can spend 20 hours. Depends how lonely you are, or how much work you want to do, or how much you don't want to do. These two properties, I should say, are ideal for people who've wanted to get into the industry, whether it's here in Australia or overseas, because they're very, very hard to get into, especially properties like this, which run under the old legislation and makes it a lot easier. For compliant, we don't have to comply with a lot of the new legislation, which makes these places like gold. They just don't get put on the market. Now, if you are worried about foreign ownership laws, well, because the properties are residents, also as a business, an accommodation business, this bypasses foreign ownership laws and allows you to own real estate here in Australia, if you're overseas, and you don't have to live in Australia because it's been run as a business. So if one day you want to come over to Australia, or you want to send some relatives or something over to Australia, you've got two residential properties which go past the foreign ownership laws. How great is that, to own residence that you don't have to live in and you get money from? Now, again, you're overseas, you don't have to worry about managing it yourself. You can put in a manager if you trust someone here that can do all the work for you, and he can manage the entire properties for you. Or if not, just appoint one of the many agents around and talk to them and just liaison with them when they need to with you. Other than that, they will take care of maintenance, picking up inspections, the whole thing. They are fully trained for all this, and they will do a superb job for you. In the tradition of our style of management that we've done here and ownership, whoever purchases the property, regardless whether they're overseas or here, will help them as much as they need, right, in the transition of learning all the legislation and making it easy for them to understand everything. Whatever they need, we'll help them with. We can even introduce them to all the key people. We can help them with the legislation. We can help them with any problems that they have. We're not just, pay the money and off you go. We don't want that. We want to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're doing, because this is really an asset. The properties are an asset. The business part is value adding to the asset, which makes all the loans that we've taken out on them self-funding. So we've, for that reason, it earns 4 times the amount of money as just the asset alone, having the business side of it. And again, if you didn't want the business and you wanted to come and live here for a while, as long as you pay the annual approximate $300 per property to maintain the registration, you can do that for as long as you like. And then if you want to turn it back into the business, you can go there again. But once you've got it, it's yours for life.
房屋及分租生意出售，2座大房位于墨尔本东南区，离市中心不到50公里，离大型购物中心只有2.5公里。一座房屋占地面积1034平方米，有6个房间、2个厕所、3个洗澡间、3个停车位，目前可入住12个人。另外一座房屋占地面积735平方米，有8个房间、3个厕所、4个洗澡间、1个桑拿房、6个停车位，目前可入住12个人，但有可能可以升级到16到18个人。2座房屋都有分租给多人的许可证。房东说，除去利息等开销外，1年的利润大概有15万。如果改为学生公寓，收入会更好。买生意又买房，不需要 PR 要求，海外投资者难得的好机会。有意者请联系 Wendy 0412 363 400。